What if a black hole with a diameter of just 1 centimeter appeared in Earth's orbit? That's about the size of a penny, but harsh physics tells us, to get an event horizon of just 1 centimeter, you have to pack the mass of an entire planet into that tiny dot. And let me instantly bust the biggest Hollywood myth. It won't just suck in the Earth like a giant cosmic vacuum cleaner. The laws of gravity are much trickier than that, and they're about to unleash a completely different, much more sophisticated kind of chaos. In this video, we're putting our planet to the ultimate test. First, we're going to fire this dense gravitational bullet straight through the Earth. Then, for the sake of science, we'll simply replace the Moon with this centimeter-wide abyss and watch our orbit go completely insane. And for the grand finale, we'll crank the sliders to the max and pump the mass of the entire Sun into this tiny black hole. Let's run the simulation. We're starting with the simplest, yet craziest experiment. I just went ahead and launched this black hole straight at the Earth, just to see what happens. Look closely at the parameters in the simulator. See this dot? Its diameter is exactly 1 centimeter. That's the size of a hazelnut. But don't let its size fool you. The mass of an entire planet is crammed into this tiny volume. To be fair, modern science hasn't actually proven the existence of these microscopic primordial black holes yet. According to the classic laws of astrophysics, for a star to collapse into a black hole, its mass needs to be at least 3 times that of our Sun. And even for the lightest stellar black hole, the event horizon, that is the Schwarzschild radius, would be about 9 kilometers in radius, meaning 18 kilometers across. But here, we have just 1 centimeter. It's an absolute concentrated physical anomaly, and it's about to crash right into our home. And now this anomaly is getting closer and closer to Earth. And this is where harsh physics shatters all those Hollywood stereotypes. Forget the movies. A black hole doesn't act like a giant cosmic vacuum cleaner. It doesn't just start sucking in matter. Instead, monstrous tidal forces come into play. The gravity of this black hole is incredibly strong. It pulls on the near side of the Earth with far more force than the center, and the center is pulled harder than the far side. As a result, our perfectly round planet is literally bursting at the seams, visibly deforming and stretching out into an oval shape. Pay attention to the water. The world's oceans are rapidly draining from the equator. All the water is pooling into 2 massive points. One mountain of water is rising straight toward the black hole, and the second one is on the exact opposite side of the planet. It's an extreme, lethal version of our regular lunar tides. Impact! And the Earth instantly annihilates. You might ask, why didn't it just get swallowed by the hole? It's all about a colossal release of energy. When the Earth's crust, mantle, and core fly into this incredibly tight gravitational funnel at top speed, the rock is compressed to the extreme. It creates monstrous friction, and the matter heats up to billions of degrees, turning into plasma. A massive thermal and gravitational explosion takes place. The gravitational bonds holding the Earth together simply cannot withstand this kind of pressure drop and tidal disruption. A blindingly white flash, and now, on the screen, we see that all that's left of our cozy blue sphere are a few giant, red-hot continental fragments. Driven by the shockwave, they fly off forever into the cold void of space. And this entire global doomsday was caused by a single dot with a radius of just 1 centimeter. Alright, we've tested a direct hit. Now let's play a more subtle game. I've rewound time and simply replaced our orbiting moon with this centimeter-wide black hole. And this is where the real orbital magic begins. Remember when I said the mass of this little guy is equal to a whole planet? To be exact, according to the sensors, it's 1.13 Earth masses. It's heavier than our own planet. Because of this, Earth is no longer the center of the system. They've turned into a binary, double planetary system. Look at the orbits. The Earth and the black hole are now spinning around each other at breakneck speed, like some insane waltz, orbiting a shared center of mass, an empty point in the space between them. But the most terrifying things are happening on the surface. The regular moon caused gentle tides of a couple of meters. A black hole with a mass greater than Earth's sitting this close literally tears the hydrosphere apart. The water gathers into giant mountains kilometers high and sweeps across the continents at supersonic speeds twice a day. But that's just the beginning. Tidal forces don't just act on water. They gravitationally knead the solid Earth's crust, like a piece of clay. From this constant friction of rock deep within the planet's bowels, a colossal amount of energy begins to release. The Earth is rapidly heating up from the inside. The temperature sensors are going crazy. The mantle melts through the crust. and thousands of supervolcanoes erupt simultaneously all over the planet. The oceans, which were just causing mega tsunamis, begin to boil away. So, there's your answer. A black hole doesn't need to suck us in to destroy us. It's enough to just dance with us on the same orbit. Let's rewind time, return our planet to its normal state, and run the next experiment. What if the black hole is on an orbit that brings it as close to Earth as possible? I'm setting the trajectory so that this centimeter-wide abyss passes right by the Earth. The approach speed is colossal. Look what happens on the first pass. The black hole hasn't even reached its minimum distance yet, but its gravitational field starts working ahead of time. The Earth, like a living organism, reacts to this invisible force. The planet is literally stretched into an oval, trailing behind the flying hole. The oceans are going crazy again. Water is instantly pulled away from the equator, exposing the seabed, and rushes in a giant wave toward the exact point our guest is flying over. This isn't even a tsunami, it's the airborne transport of billions of tons of water. But that was just a warm-up. Now I'm bringing the black hole's orbit to the most critical distance possible, a near miss. The gravitational stress is so immense that it exceeds the internal structural strength of the Earth's crust and mantle. Huge chunks of continents, billions of tons of rock, simply tear away from the Earth's surface and fly off into space, dragged along by the black hole. The sensors show that the planet instantly lost about 7% of its total mass. It's as if someone took a bite out of an apple. Because of this monstrous tidal strike and the destruction of the crust, the Earth's internal temperature instantly skyrockets. 1,000 degrees Celsius. The planet glows red hot. The oceans? They didn't even have time to evaporate properly. At this temperature, all the water on the planet boils away almost instantaneously and rises into the atmosphere as a dense, suffocating shield of superheated steam. The Earth turns into a glowing sauna, leaving absolutely no chance of survival for any living thing on the surface. This gravitational strike acted like a pool cue. The Earth was knocked away from the black hole. Now they've parted ways, and our battered planet has settled into a new, independent orbit around the Sun. Let's speed up time and look at the aftermath. Surprisingly, the Earth cools down fairly quickly. That giant dome of steam rains back down, but the world is no longer the same. Missing 7% of its mass, and after a global meltdown, the crust has smoothed out. There are no more continents. We're looking at an almost endless water world, interrupted only occasionally by large splinter islands. Life here has been wiped out completely. The only hope is extremophile microorganisms that might have miraculously survived at extreme depths. Our planet survived, but there is no place for humanity in this new water world. And yet, we still have one more incredibly massive experiment left. We've reached the absolute finale. The games with small masses are over. What if, in our planet's orbit, exactly where the moon used to hang, a black hole with the mass of our sun appeared? The radius of its event horizon is still tiny by cosmic standards, only about 3 kilometers, but its mass is 330,000 times greater than Earth's. And this invisible super heavyweight is literally sitting in our backyard. Our planet is being pulled, as if it's made of soft dough. First, it takes on a distinct egg shape. Gravity is trying to stretch it out in space, but solid rock can't stretch forever. The structural limit, the so-called Roche limit, is breached in the very first seconds. The Earth is literally ripped to pieces. The planet turns into a stretched, glowing sausage made of magma, core material, and former oceans. In astrophysics, this brutal yet mesmerizing process has a very official and amusing name: spaghettification. This glowing river of matter rushes toward the black hole, but not all of it gets swallowed. Because of the insane orbital speed and colossal centrifugal forces, a huge part of this red-hot stream simply doesn't fall beyond the event horizon. The black hole acts like a giant gravitational slingshot. Fragments of the destroyed Earth, some the size of entire continents, are violently thrown away at breakneck speed. They scatter across the solar system like shrapnel, threatening to ram into Mars or Venus. Nothing is left of our home, only a thin accretion disk of dust around a tiny 3-kilometer dot, and a cloud of debris flying off into the void. But the death of Earth is only the beginning. If we zoom the camera out, we see the true scale of the catastrophe. By dropping an entire solar mass into our orbit, we broke a balance that took billions of years to build. Now, there are two super heavyweights in the center of the system. Our sun and the black hole have caught each other in a gravitational trap and have started spinning around a shared, invisible center. Because of this double gravitational monster, the orbits of all the other planets have gone completely insane. The lines intersect, turning into a chaotic tangle. Mercury, Venus, Mars, they are ripped from their places and using a massive gravitational slingshot are simply hurled into the cold, open space. The greatest mechanism of our star system is destroyed forever. If you enjoyed my experiment and want more brutal physics tests, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Let me know in the comments which cosmic anomaly I should test next, and see you in the next one.